Man, the impressive performance we achieved with this method. Honestly, it's one of the most powerful ones I've ever used. Up to this point, it has become one of the methods I most highly recommend if you wish to begin with the propagation or the cloning of plants, fruit trees, and trees in general. Because you see, normally when we make a cutting, whether it's a simple ground layering, an air layering, or any other traditional method, we only obtain a single plant. But with this format, we have the ability to grow multiple plants at the same time without sacrificing extra branches, without complications, and without spending more money. From the same branch, we can get several cuttings, and each one becomes a fully independent fruit tree. It's an incredible method, very clean and extremely efficient. And today I'm going to show you how, step by step. Let's begin. So if you have any doubts, ask in the comments. Before preparing the cutting, we are going to get the tube ready. I'm going to use a tube about 30 centimeters long. The diameter can vary quite a bit. You'll find very narrow ones and very wide ones, but a 50 millimeter tube is ideal because it provides sufficient room for the roots to grow comfortably. Now, let's move to the base. At the bottom of the tube, we make a plug with adhesive tape, several well-made layers, so the sand doesn't escape. Once the plug is complete, we make some extremely fine cuts on the lower part. Not large holes, but rather very fine cuts, almost invisible. Through these, the excess moisture we don't want for this method will drain. With this, the tube will be completely ready. Now we'll prepare the cutting. We're going to choose a cutting that's about 40 centimeters long and as straight as possible. Why exactly 40? Because 30 centimeters will go inside the tube and the remaining 10 centimeters will stay outside. This is very important so the plant can breathe. Now, on the part that will go inside the tube, the bottom 30 centimeters, we're going to make a longitudinal cut about 5 millimeters wide. We remove all the bark from this strip, opening up a long window. Once the bark is removed, we'll see a shiny layer called the cambium. We completely scrape off that cambium with the utility knife until we reach the clean wood. This step is absolutely fundamental. If we don't remove the cambium layer, no roots will form. Once the surface is clean, we spread aloe vera over all the cuts and wounds. Next, we thoroughly coat the entire area with powdered cinnamon. The aloe will effectively stimulate the rooting process. The cinnamon will prevent the growth of fungi and bacteria, and with this, the cutting will be fully prepared. Once the tube has been thoroughly prepared and the cutting is ready, we will now carefully insert the cutting. We place it from the top of the tube and allow it to drop to the bottom, making sure that the 30 centimeters we have prepared remain inside, and the remaining 10 centimeters stay outside as the aerial portion. This is absolutely essential so the coating can breathe correctly and not suffocate. Once it has been properly placed and centered within the tube, we can then begin adding the washed sand. We'll gradually pour the sand around the coating, letting it slowly fill all the empty spaces. You don't need to press or compact it, just let it fall naturally until it completely covers the bottom 30 centimeters of the cutting. Very important, do not fill the tube to the top. It's recommended to leave a couple of centimeters without sand at the top of the tube. That empty space is crucial for easy watering, because if we fill it to the top, the water would overflow and the sand would spill out. Once the tube is filled, we prepare the irrigation water. It's very simple. We take a liter of water, add a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, the same one from your first aid kit, and shake it gently to mix. With this water, we'll water very slowly, calmly. We pour the water into the open space we left at the top. The sand, Aloe, will gradually absorb the water. Continue watering little by little until you see a small amount of water coming out through the drainage cuts we made at the bottom of the tube. That's the perfect indicator that we have the ideal moisture inside the tube. Once you see that drainage, there's no need to keep watering. Finally, we position the tube upright, making sure it's securely supported in a place where it won't accidentally fall. It is very important to leave it in a location with partial shade or indirect light, never in direct sunlight, so that the cutting does not dehydrate and its roots can develop correctly. And now, A very important step to ensure success. It's highly recommended to use microfilm or clear plastic to wrap the top of the cutting, the aerial part. This creates a mini greenhouse effect that maintains humidity, reduces water stress, and greatly helps the cutting root correctly. Once the aerial part is covered with microfilm, transparent plastic, or the taped bag, we're going to apply a fundamental step to guarantee the method's success. A natural, cinnamon-based fungicidal preventive. To prepare it, we take 1 liter of water and add a pinch of cinnamon. We stir it very well and strain it with a coffee filter, a cloth, or a fine fabric to prevent any residue from clogging the sprayer. Once it's well filtered, we transfer it to a sprayer, and with that sprayer, we're going to spray absolutely everything: the aerial part of the cutting, the upper area of the tube, and any exposed surface. Oops. We do this right after having placed the bag or the microfilm for the first time. But pay attention to this because it is very important. Once a week, we're going to open the bag or remove the microfilm, then spray again the cutting's entire aerial part with this natural fungicide, and then close it once more. This weekly step is crucial to prevent the appearance of fungi, since inside the mini greenhouse, humidity remains very high. As soon as we finish pulverizing, we close everything again with the bag or the microfilm and leave it as is until next week. Many people, and especially those with long-standing experience in the field, comment that these types of propagation should be done during a waning moon, as that's when the plant responds best. During a waning moon, the sap tends to go down, and that greatly favors the appearance of new roots. So, if you want to have even more success with this method, I advise you to do it at that moment. And now, after 4 weeks, we remove the insulating tape that we placed on the lower part of the tube. We give it a good gush of water, whether with a hose or any method we have, and let all the sand drain and exit out the bottom. Now we will simply remove the cutting little by little in the easiest way. Remember that the root is very tender and it could get complicated for us. Some of them might break, it's no big deal, but we'll try to remove it as delicately as possible. And now we begin. Just look at the sheer number of roots we've generated in only 4 weeks. The yield of this method is truly impressive. Clean, white, strong roots from top to bottom, a true marvel. And now, what are we going to do? It's very simple. Now, we're going to divide this particular cutting into multiple sections, ensuring that each part develops its own roots and then automatically transforms into a fully independent tree. Specifically, in this instance, we'll have several brand new fig trees. However, this same method is equally applicable for citrus trees, pomegranates, olive trees, and various aromatic plants. Practically, any fruit tree or woody plant you want to propagate. This is the true power of the Turkish method. From just one branch, you can massively increase your production in the same amount of time. And if you've liked this method or found it useful, I truly appreciate you liking the video and sharing it with someone who loves plants. And if you want to keep learning simple, effective methods to multiply fruit trees, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for being here. Lots of love and see you in the next video.